Kandahar, Afghanistan. Shawalako, a district in southern Afghanistan that is largely controlled by the Taliban, has the sad distinction of being the polio capital of the world. 4 new cases have been reported there this year, out of 20 worldwide, the indirect consequence of a war that is also killing and maiming children in increasingly large numbers. On Monday, Vaccinators began another dangerous attempt to immunize children in Shawalako, as the United Nations urgently appealed to all sides of the conflict to let them work. But after a day of going door to door and village to village in Shawalako, in Kandahar province, they had gained access to just 3 of the 28 zones they needed to reach. They said the Taliban had promised to eventually let them into 11 others. Pleading for cooperation before the immunization campaign began, Toby Lanzer, the United Nations Humanitarian Coordinator for Afghanistan, said the surge in polio cases in Shawalako had the potential to ultimately put hundreds of thousands of Afghan children at risk. In the past days, yet another case of wild polio virus was found, Mr. Lanzer said the outbreak of polio in Shawalako means that Afghanistan remains one of only 3 countries in the world that is still polio endemic, and polio eradication is at risk globally. This week's campaign in Kandahar is more important than ever. Worldwide, new polio cases are down nearly 50% this year, according to the World Health Organization. Last year, 34 cases were reported, 18 in Pakistan, 12 in Afghanistan and 4 in Nigeria. This year so far, 20 cases have been reported, 8 in Pakistan and 12 in Afghanistan, 4 of those in Shawalako alone. All 4 new cases appeared in Taliban areas of control, health workers in Shawalako said. Drive Sardar Wali, the district polio officer, said that while the Taliban had made access difficult, government forces had also disrupted his staff members' work, by raiding and burning one of their facilities last week. They detained a vaccinator and burned the center, Drive. Wali said. In response, the Taliban banned the polio campaign in 11 zones under their control, and we do not know if they will allow the ongoing campaign. Abdul Ghani, the district governor of Shawalako, confirmed that government forces had raided a polio center. He said the raid was carried out by Afghan commandos who did not explain themselves to his office. In the past, government forces have raided clinics on the suspicion that they treated insurgents. Zabihullah Mujahid, a spokesman for the Taliban, denied that the militants were denying access to health workers. Our policy, across the country, is that we have no issue with vaccinations, and we provide assistance, Mr. Mujahid said. We completely deny that we have gotten in the way. In some areas, the local people have an issue with vaccinations, a mentality issue, and we have struggled to change that, too. Mr. Mujahid said the Taliban had set conditions for the vaccination campaign, which they routinely communicated to health organizations. They include that the vaccinators be hired from within their area of control and that they not be accompanied by security forces, he said.